What's up everyone, welcome to THANKYOU. So we've been wanting to know more about Godzilla's new atomic blast in -1, and well, we can officially see it now, thanks to a new TV teaser spot for the film. Now I'm gonna refer to Louis Duran's channel for a super good edit where he combined all the scenes together from the atomic blast, so we get to see the full picture of it. And this full picture reveals the new atomic blast, so this is your spoiler warning if you want to see it firsthand in the theaters instead of online. But if you stick around, you're in for a treat, so let's get to it. Now I don't know about you guys, but this new blast has me excited, so let's give a huge round of applause for Toho as Godzilla -1 is doing everything right. The word is it's doing fantastic over in Japan, and it seems like the rest of the world is just drooling to get their claws on this brand new King of the Monsters. There's plenty more Godzilla -1 videos we have in the works for you guys, so make sure and stomp the subscribe button if you haven't already so you stay up to date when we release them. Now I've been really interested in seeing this new atomic blast for quite some time, which if you've been around for a while you've probably seen in some of my past videos. So when it was finally revealed in this new TV teaser, I was like, going back to the seamless edit of the blast, we can finally see the entire build-up, firing, and results of the new atomic breath. And when it's all said and done, this may end up being the most memorable atomic blast ever. So let's break it down. It's been a hot topic in the community lately, and I personally still can't get over this. The way his dorsal plates slowly, one by one, burst out from his flesh and glow blue is just truly a first of its kind. And seeing his tail and body start to coil up as this is all happening, almost like it's hurting him to perform this attack, adds a ton of value to the overall presentation of the blast, I think. And how it quickly speeds up as it draws ever closer to Godzilla's throat, that just adds pure tension to the situation. Now if you freeze the shot just before Godzilla fires, you will see something new for the big G-Man, a sort of pre-atomic blast, if you know what I mean. Clearly I'm not an expert, but this has to be radiation, right? Already pouring out of Godzilla's mouth before the actual destructive part of the blast is triggered. Now next is another badass part of the blast process, and it feels good to know that my past guess on Godzilla's dorsal spines working like a hammer on a gun is pretty spot on. It seems like all of Godzilla's recently extended spines are gonna slam back down, thus igniting the blast. After that happens, we get to see the mighty attack in all its glory. Now I gotta mention for my boy Al that he thinks this shot feels a bit unnatural, and maybe some of you guys feel the same way. It is kinda crazy seeing a big thing like that, but considering this new atomic blast is definitely trying to make Godzilla simulate a sort of cannon this time around, I'm fully okay with it. Now for the money shot, the blast itself. So it still retains that classic beam shape that we all know and love, and of course the bright blue colorations. But the devastation unleashed is where everything changes completely from the past. We've never seen anything like this in all of Godzilla history. Get this, Godzilla's atomic beam itself works just like the actual atomic bomb. Entire buildings that appear to be roughly within 50 meters of the beam are obliterated by the blast. They don't have to be in contact with the beam itself to be destroyed. And that's crazy. It's similar to the shockwave of the atomic blast. So as the area around the beam implodes on itself, we get to see the actual impact happen. And a lot of us guessed it, the atomic blast from the trailer was not one of the atomic blasts. It's the results of Godzilla's mighty force of power. But even with all of this, the damage is still not done. The then mushroom-shaped explosion sends off the typical shockwave associated with the atomic blast. So in short, this atomic blast has 3, maybe 4 different ways of causing damage. The initial hue that no doubt is spewing out harmful radiation surrounding Godzilla, the beam itself and its crazy way of destroying anything within a certain range of it, the impact explosion itself, and of course, the shockwave. As far as Godzilla's atomic blasts on a human scale go regarding devastation, this is about as dangerous as it gets. Now some of you may be wondering, could this be the most powerful blast ever? Well, probably not. You gotta remember that some of those Toho movies are out here saying that Godzilla's blast was able to melt the earth all the way through. But taking crazy equations out of the picture like that certain scenario, this is probably going to be one of the more destructive blasts. Another question may be, is this a powered up version or does it always work like this? If this is his standard beam, he's definitely not going to be using it all that often, considering it looks painful and takes about 30 seconds to fire. And are the non-Japanese fans going to love it? My guess is a huge yes. It's frickin' badass. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. We're gonna have a lot more videos coming out on it, and of course the new Monarch TV show, which releases next week. So if you feel like I earned it today, make sure and share this video around and leave it a like. It does help a lot.